You got your stream going yet?
Actually, watch us. Yep, I got it going.
Are you not on Twitch or?
Uh, uh no, it it's running. It just might be taking a bit. Yeah, I'm on Twitch. Twitch.
Okay, I'll give it a minute.
All right. I mean, it says it is. Okay, it might have just taken a little bit to sync up. Okay.
There you are. I was just sitting here contemplating what to do next with this map. Like, I know we gotta finish picking up all this stuff, but I mean, where we want to go with it, because
Right.
this equipment is awful small for as much grass as we have,
Well, yeah.
and so it's like, do we want to invest into the mowing operation to get it more off the ground? So
We could
there is equipment that could handle all this, but it wouldn't be. It would be more modern.
that'd be okay. Um but first before I got to do that, we got to truck this to the town, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Yeah, we could probably work that in. Um
I know we keep putting everything else off to doing that.
yeah. Well, that's kind of like I guess real life maybe a little bit.
Have to put things off so that you can kind of better fortify the operation.
Yep.
I may have to go into Mod Hub and look to see what kind of tractors they have, and
Yeah.
maybe I can find some kind of cool or unique or something.
Well, tomorrow Supercross is back, so see.
Yeah, I didn't know it was. I didn't know they took a week off.
Yeah, well, because I think so their schedule they could line up with, well, Daytona will be coming up. Well, not this weekend, but I mean, the Daytona 500 is, well,
I
this
thought it was
weekend.
last week.
Okay, last week. So, well, no, this isn't Daytona then, because it's always right after the 500. So this is Daytona. I guess I don't think so though.
No, they always did it like a few weeks after.
I thought it was the
It,
weekend
it
after, but
wasn't
yeah.
it wasn't the weekend after. It was always a few weekends after. But yeah, Daytona was last weekend because it got rained out and they had to move it to Monday.
Oh,
And
that's I saw the
when they
memes or
when they
whatever. Okay.
when they did that, they moved it to Monday night.
Well, hopefully Daytona isn't a mud race. I'm kind of tired of Daytona races. It seems like the last couple of times it's been that way. Um, I mean, it does mix it all up, but I mean, it's already way mixed up. So picks are hard enough, and then you throw another mud race in.
Yeah.
you know. Uh,
Well, and something else, and so this is kind of gamer related. The winner of the Daytona was is a driver that grew up playing video games and told his dad that he thought he could be a race car driver.
wasn't there a
I think he's the one that they based the Gran Turismo movie on.
okay? Because or is that where or no? Was that that wasn't a movie. Was that a deal where they gave kids that played a bunch of games?
Yeah, that was all based. That was
That
all
all they'd
based
ever
on.
done is drove or played the video game, and then they're like, okay, here, get in the car and drive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I hadn't seen that. Maybe I wonder if it's on like Amazon Prime or something. And watch should watch that because
What I watched it on? I think it was on. Let's see.
it might be on
What did I
several
watch it on?
platforms, but I mean, if it's on Hulu, I got that. Of course, I got Peacock
I
right
can't.
now.
I can't remember what I watched it on. So I did watch it. It might have been on Peacock. Uh, Peacock or Netflix because it was one of those things I was scurrying to finish watching all these movies before I canceled the service.
Right.
So
Well, that's what I should do. Well, see, because I got Peacock right now for Supercross, and it's like $2.99 a month, because it's like a promo deal. But I'll shut it because there ain't much to watch on it otherwise, and not Wild because Peacock is in NBC. That's
yeah.
Comcast, and I don't want to give them
Yeah,
any more money.
and it's kind of funny because I'm doing the opposite because I've got Hulu, so I watch all the Supercross races on Hulu, and then like because Hulu doesn't carry motocross, I'll switch to Peacock in the summer.
See, and I guess I just haven't looked where Hulu has it because I'm guessing they're just archived because they're not live.
Yeah, they're not they're not aired like that night. They're like whatever channel carries them a couple days
Well,
later.
every single race is on Peacock. That's the thing.
Well, and I think I've only
Well, I guess I take that back. Some of it
either
is
this.
on like CNBC sometimes, and if you have traditional TV. But yeah, every single race is live on is for sure live on Peacock. Sometimes it's on a regular channel, but well,
Oh,
not a
see,
regular, but a
I never
regular
watched.
NBC owned channel. Like for whatever reason, CNBC, which I don't get why they put it on that channel. It's like that's like all they ever show on that. Well, okay, I don't have traditional TV, but like for example, I was just back there recently, you know, for the career fair, and of course at the hotel it just has cable and stuff, and there ain't nothing on cable I want to watch, and so but CNB always on. I can always guarantee on CNBC at nights they're like just rerunning Shark Tank, and I haven't seen like really any of those, so it's like they're all new to me. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not that I go out of my way to find that show. It's just, it's kind of sort of can some of them can be kind of interesting. You know, it's fun to see ones from like 2016 and such, and then Google and see are they still in business. Like ones that they
yeah,
actually do a deal with or whatever. But
yeah.
anywho, I noticed that on the schedule that the Supercross will be sometimes broadcast on CNBC, and I'm like, why? It's like most motor moto type people aren't gonna think to go to aren't gonna be watching CNBC for other things. Just seems kind of a poor choice.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Even though it is bigger, it still gets bumped for other sports because you'd think it'd be on NBC Sports.
Hmm.
Probably bump it for I don't know what is it, basketball season. Well, football. The end of football, basketball. But yeah. Anyway, I always thought that was a little odd. But yeah, I mean, if you should just do Peacock because it's actually cheaper. Because even the regular price is $5.99. I just happened to be a promo deal this time.
Yeah.
and it was
Well,
and $2.99.
so like I watch the heck out of sports on Peacock when I get it too, because like the Iron Man's on there, and or not the Iron Man, the Tour de France, which I don't watch the whole thing through because that's just a awful lot of to watch. But I try to pick different days to watch, or if I find out there was a wreck in one day, I may just watch it.
Yeah.
Um, and then like the Olympics will be this year,
Yeah.
so
Well,
I know
I
you like the
mean,
winter. You like the winter ones better, but I like the summer ones because I like all the track and field stuff. And
yeah, I never, I, and even winter, I really only want to watch mostly the skiing. Kind of could care less about snowboarding, and then um, sometimes like the curling and things like that. But mostly, mostly the skiing. But otherwise, on Peacock, I don't think to watch any other shows, because usually when we search for movies, when we are subscribed to it, half the time whatever it is we're usually looking for stuff, it isn't on there. So
yeah,
and then like TV, like there's no modern TV that's on there that we want to watch. Like we do start and stop Discovery for the only really show I care about, sorta, is we watch Gold Rush, and then Katie watches other uh, History Channel kind of type show, like this Curse of Oak Island or something. This other, like, oh, what is that? I don't really like the host, but it can be semi interesting. But they're like looking for treasure or historical stuff, not necessarily treasure, but it's 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 kind of hokey because they build it up, and they're not gonna really find anything.
hmm
It's I mean they do find things, like, but not like the goal is to find this lost treasure of whatever, like these, that supposedly has gold coins and stuff, like, like literally kind of almost fairy tale, like pirate's chest of gold or whatever is like how they build it up, like what they're looking for. And it's like, okay, they'll find like a rusty nail that it's like, oh, this dates around from it could have been from the box that it was originally carried in from. They just I don't know how to describe it. They just build up kind of nothing.
yeah,
Try. I mean, like I said, occasionally they do find a little thing that's kind of cool, but it's not like they're running in over and finding some like medallion that whatever. It's always some utilitarian thing. Oh, here's like a door hinge or something that would have been on the ship when it sank, or you know, or something.
yeah,
Period. Supposedly period correct. It's it's a little too hokey for me. I'd rather watch a show that's like, I mean, it's not that they're not based in fact, but it's too dramatic. I guess I'd rather just see the show that's talking about the thing going over. I mean, they do go over the history, but they just show them why they're digging and all that, and then that's about it. But that'd be too dry. It's not as bad as like Ancient Aliens, but it's kind of it's heading in that direction a little bit.
yeah,
So anyway, it's like there's a show or two of that Katie will kind of watch. Like it went like, well, she's probably watching it right now while we're streaming. um, Otherwise, you know, well, for the kids and stuff, we'll occasionally watch episode or two of Mythbusters or something because they like that, and they picked up things from that show, just scientific method basically kind of stuff. But I can't think of any other shows other than, like I said, when it's Gold Rush season, we kind of watch that. And again, it's kind of hokey too, but I mean, I guess we've basically been watching it since damn near the beginning, so kind of why we do.
Yeah. That's one of those shows that, like, I don't really watch it, but like if it's on and there's nothing else to watch, I'll watch it.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of a weekend morning thing, so because the kids like to watch a little bit about with the because the equipment and stuff, but it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all it's like almost same stuff, different week a little bit, but uh but yeah, it's probably more of just a, well, I've been watching it since forever. But like, shows like kind of used to, didn't set my watch to it, but would turn it on, Pawn Stars and that kind of thing. But those wore out their welcome a couple years after they started, because it just got to the point where you could tell it was super staged. Like they had to find people with items. It wasn't just like, oh, somebody brought something in and they're like, oh, this would be neat for a show, and then it's like, okay, sign the waivers and have them come in and pretend like they just came in. Now it's like they actively got to the point where it's like they're actively recruiting for unique items, because they kind of used to show people just pawning like $100 things, and that wasn't, some of the stuff wasn't even that remarkable. They were showing more the industry of pawning, not so much some thing that could be actually worth like $10,000.
Yeah.
And then the stupid, well, and of course all shows have to um have the drama between the characters. And it's like, I'm not tuning in to see them bitch and moan at each other, you know?
Yeah.
It's not even that funny, you know? I mean, at least like
No.
at least kind of Gold Rush, there's a reason they would get mad and grouse around about things, because, you know, it's, there is some realism to the fact that, there is some of their, there's money on the line and all that. I mean, but Pawn Stars kind of, I don't even remember when it started, but about, I'd say about 3 years after it. Same with the American Picker deal. I mean, and then part of the problem is those shows, it's like, well, now people are like, come see us, come see us. So it's less of like, oh, we just stumbled onto this junkyard that had all this neat stuff. It's like they were even recruiting, they went to, didn't they come to Holdridge or something one year?
Who?
Pickers.
American Pickers?
Yeah.
No, they came to Minden.
Oh, Minden. Okay. Well, yeah, but they, they're telling everybody ahead of time, so whatever. But
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't a secret. And
well, that's what I mean. They promoted that they were coming, as far as
yeah.
social media and that stuff. And I guess that kind of, because it was kind of fun when it was a little more, they were kind of having to find these places on their own, and the people who were potentially selling the stuff, they weren't asking to be on the show. They got asked like, hey, you got some neat stuff, hey, you want to do this, Yeah, now it's almost like just a traveling antiques roadshow where they come to them, and then they actually buy the items. Actually, speaking of that, that's coming to Denver, or well, Littleton somewhere. It didn't say where. I signed up and to get tickets, and then also to maybe uh have an item appraised. I'm gonna uh, my landfill Atari cartridge.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a lottery if they choose, and even if they do choose you, they're like, well, there's no guarantee to get on to you. But
No.
um,
God, I
I
haven't
mean,
seen that show forever.
I would, yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it too, but I guess I'd kind of like to, if I can get free tickets, maybe work it out to go just to see the stuff, see what people bring, and but depending on the
Yeah.
kids and if we can get it when it is and all that jazz. I mean, maybe I won't be able to do it. We'll see. Well, Katie heard about it probably on Facebook or something, or maybe even in. And she sent me the link. I was like, "What the hell? I'll fill out the form and it happens."
Yeah.
Because otherwise, see, it's kind of a invite only as far as even the just to get in and look, not to. I mean, you can bring something to have and stand in line, have it appraised. Not necessary for TV, but it's kind of a limited entry. They don't just let anybody come. But that's supposedly is until coming up here, end of March maybe, like that. Though, and then I don't know when because they don't even tell you where it is. It's like if they pick you to give out tickets, um, then they'll tell you where it's at. I guess. I mean, it's kind of that secret, I guess, sort of.
Yeah.
Because it just said Littleton and not Denver, like Littleton, which would be not like where I'm at, but it'd be more east. But I'm trying to think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what venue would be big enough to have, say a bunch of people, and then if people are bringing furniture in, it kind of has to be almost like a convention or warehouse space, because
Mm-hmm.
they people do haul grandma's dresser down there to be evaluated. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's almost the thing. I kind of want to just see what type of people show up. I mean, you see what they are on the show, but I hadn't watched the thing in probably 10, 20, more than 10 years, 20 years, and it's kind of like those old people, like my grandparents. They're dead, and you know, and that was kind of the people that would bring stuff, like, and watched PBS, but it's like, who watches PBS these days?
Yeah.
you know, we only ever watched it because, well, when you got antenna TV, that's one of the only things you can watch.
Yeah. Well, and there for a while, like especially when I cut the cord, that was really the only station that I did get. And they had by then they had diversified, so there was 3 different versions of it.
Yeah.
And usually there was always something that you could watch
Well, even
on
growing
one of the
up,
three
I remember
stations.
other than kind of more of a news or a news type show or like American Masters, or whatever. Um, no, I mean, I guess not everybody, but I mean, I watched, This Old House, watched all those home improvement ones that were on there, and the
Mm,
woodworking
yep.
show, and I didn't watch it a lot, but I can remember like specifically like Jared Dorn and Cody Jorgensen talking about watching Austin City Limits, which I knew was kind of more of a music type show,
Yeah.
uh, because Austin was trendy or was trendy, but anywho, uh, and I just didn't get into it, but it's like and other than like Sesame Street and stuff when you were real little, um, kind of like those were the shows you watched on there. Um, well, and then things like remember that I don't know if you want to call it a documentary. We were up at Fraser skiing that time and watched that guy build his cabin in Alaska or whatever. I don't know if you remember
Oh,
that. Um,
no, I don't.
oh, okay. Maybe you weren't there. I swear you were. I know Jody and
No, that
Tom
might have
were.
been. Oh, well, I was gonna say that might have been a different. Maybe that was a different trip than the one I was on.
Yeah,
Or either that, or I just don't remember what we watched.
yeah. Because we just had antenna there, but yeah. Of course, I cut the cord here, but I do have an antenna to get basically the local news for the local weather. I don't even watch the local news. I just watch in the morning for 10, 15 minutes for the traffic and weather.
Yeah.
Because local stuff, it's right, it's a little more professional than NTV, but it's kind of not much. So it's either real soft news or it's not hard hitting stuff. They're
Hmm.
um, basically just looking for the weather, and it's the Fox affiliate, um, but really, even their weather isn't that accurate. Like Hades knows this, follows this Facebook guy that is like really accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a meteorologist, but I mean, we get it from him on Facebook better than get from the local. Oh, I wonder
But
what you're doing. Um, but yeah, so like I said, there's out here, of course, there's a lot of channels you can pick up, but it's it's nothing that I or you probably even want to watch. There's of course Me TV and Antenna TV has stuff,
yeah.
but that's all on like free streaming uh sites even like
Hmm.
so free ad supported, and the ads aren't. I mean, I guess if you really don't have internet and all that, I mean, I guess it would. There's there's nothing on. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know who it's for. Even the regular ABC, NBC, and CBS. It's like I don't even know what kind of shows they put on, but obviously, I mean, I don't know if anybody's actually watching them. And because it seems like everybody's all about either some Netflix original series or whatever, Hulu's original stuff, which I don't watch any of that either, but seems like it would, because they don't have to conform to certain regulations. I mean, that's the whole deal streaming. It's finally blown up. they can kind of make the content they want, and if it's a dud, it's a dud. They can make more niche content, rather than
Hmm.
stuff that has to appeal to the masses. I'm not even sure what's on.
Hope
Oh,
you got a
yeah,
scammer.
chat scammer bot deal. Yeah. I mean, do people really fall for those? I always wonder. I suppose,
Mm.
I suppose, you know, teenagers, young, that are trying to stream. It's like, oh, really? I can pay and get followers, and they like believe it and all that, and it's. And see, it isn't even watching me, because here I am calling it out, and it's not.
Another thing is like someone another person. Well, and I'm sure that mostly a teenager, but not always. But someone could be like, oh, I'm gonna do streaming and that, and then for a job, and then they get into it and they realize that it's a lot harder to get people viewing and whatnot, and then they see that come across,
Yeah,
and
and the
then
thing is the viewers that that you're gonna buy, if you did whatever this, you know is fake viewers, because they just have like servers like over in India or whatever that you know are programmed to, when you're on, they watch, so it looks like you have viewers, but because they don't interact, they're not worth anything, and they're
yeah,
not actually, they're not seeing the ads. And like, I know with YouTube, for example, YouTube system can kind of sniff out those kind of viewers, and then you'll get, well, you won't get dinged, but they don't count it as a real view, so that doesn't help you any competitor. Go to Streamrise. I've never heard of that one.
I always just, well, now I don't have to worry about it because I haven't seen one for a while because of Kumobot and Siriobot, but um I used to just take those and just report them to Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to stop and do that, but it's almost, it can be a little bit like whack-a-mole.
I'm sure. I think you probably missed it, but the might have been last weekend. If it wasn't last weekend, it was the weekend before it. I had a bot come in that somehow Kuma and Siri didn't hit, or no, maybe they actually did hit it. Um, but it's in its name. It said it was a bot, and it's like, well, then that's not original. It's like you're just coming out and saying exactly what you
Well,
are, you know.
and I don't know, you probably don't participate in many Facebook groups, but I do, and it's like those groups. Be a rash of them, and it's across all different groups, so it's not like one specific genre or whatever. Because I'll see the same, you know, scam, and what it is it's kind of like uh, they're kind of porn. Well, they're strategically, the like the screenshot is like strategically placed, so like some AI image viewer, Facebook can't see that it's actual pornography, but it to a human, it's like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, get you to click and go to the site or whatever. So Facebook, for whatever reason, can't kick that out. But I did a couple of tests and would post like legit porn links to those scam posts that is of porn. And guess what?
Uh-huh.
My links my posts get removed, and then I got banned from, not banned, but like Facebook jailed, I guess if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Or limited or restricted. But here's the thing: the post I did it on is still up, and it's linking to porn. So it's like, for whatever reason, they can get, Facebook, and I know why, because see, those scam bots, they do actually pay for some advertising, so Facebook makes a little money off of it. And so that's probably why they don't just immediately, they have to count on the moderators and admins to remove it. Because even if you report it as nudity or sexual content or whatever to Facebook, they won't remove it immediately. But yet, obviously they got enough telemetry on me to know, yeah, my profile's real for sure. So they'll Facebook jail me, like, you can't post that. Yet a bot can,
Yeah.
So it's like so hypocritical, Yeah, their system can tell when I post or break the community guidelines, I guess. But when a bot does it, that is literally trying to scam people, for some reason it can't see it. That's what aggravates me about especially Facebook. I mean, YouTube has its own problems that way too, but like, scammers will actually buy ads, to get on there, and it's obviously a scam and obviously porn or whatever, and YouTube's system doesn't kick it out.
Yeah.
It's a bad ad, even if you record. And actually, that's the thing. My ads will probably be limited on this just because I said some of those words. YouTube can tell that. Their programming can tell that, but for some reason it can't pick out the legit scams. Have you heard from Swanee in a while? I mean, he hasn't texted in our group, and I guess I haven't talked to him or texted him individually lately. But
To you?
if Swanee, have you heard
Oh.
from him specifically?
Oh, I texted him a few weeks ago. I haven't texted him lately, but I'm supposed to see him in a couple weeks.
Okay.
He took the breakup, I guess, really, really hard.
Oh, okay.
He got to a point where like he stopped eating and he hadn't eaten for like 3 or 4 days, and then Julie like messaged me like, could you please talk to him? And
Well, I remember you said something. Julie said something, but I guess I didn't.
Well, and this was like a week or two after that.
Okay.
And so I did, and I was like, do I need to do I need to come down there and come hang out with you or something? And he said no. He said he was either going to come back to see his dad, or he said if he didn't do that, Julie was going to bring the nephews, or he was supposed to go see the nephews and
Yeah.
her that weekend. So he's like, he had some kind of family plans. So no, not to do that. But um, I'm just like, man, I'm like, you can't just not eat. I'm like, you've got a good job, you've got a house,
Well,
you got your game room and everything. I'm like, don't throw it away just because of one
yeah,
girl.
I was gonna say, go park yourself in your. Yeah, I mean, after work, just park yourself in your gaming. Just pick off, do some headshots and Fortnite or Call of Duty. I guess he's not a Fortniter, but as much.
He isn't. He isn't. I
He's
guess he
probably
plays it a little bit, but not.
he's
It's
probably
not
more
as.
like a Call of
It's not
Duty
the.
type, or something. So,
Actually, he's more into
or
PG.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, one of those. They're all kind of the same to me a little bit.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I know they're different, but it's kind of.
So, anyways, yeah. So it's like, dude, it's not worth it. I kind of wanted to say is like, man, you let her screw up your life that much, and she's not even in it. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
that's gonna make things even worse, especially when you get to a point where you are feeling better about things and be like, well, why did I throw that away?
Yeah.
Anyways, I Stuart's turning 20 or 75 in a few weeks, and or there's Julie's throwing a party for him in a few weeks, and so I asked him if he was going to be there. He said yes. So it's like, well, if nothing else, I'll see you then.
Yeah. Well, I just wondered because not that we ever texted a lot, but I did here and there. But I just had well, and to be fair, I guess I haven't uh reached out to him, but I kind of knew it's like, well, I didn't know he was that down on, but I figure, well, sometimes you don't want to bug them, bug people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been.
Well, it's just I don't. It's not funny, haha, but it's just kind of funny to me because just before he started dating her, he was in here telling us about how he was just kind of screwing around with
Yeah,
different
just
ladies and
well,
stuff.
playing the
And
field, I guess, if you want to call it
yep.
that. I mean, which nothing wrong with that if you're not ready to commit or whatever. But
And then for whatever reason, and I don't know, or he kind of wondered if I didn't, but I don't think I ever knew her, and I'm just like, but he evidently caught feelings, so
yeah, well, like I said, probably all for the best because if it wasn't going to work out, it's better to find out now, kind of thing.
yeah,
Because I just would hate for him to, it goes the other way too, but hate for him to just get desperate and up and like want to get married just because he thought, well, he's whatever he is, age, you know, better get married because I'm getting older, kind of like there's no rush on that stuff, you know.
yeah,
There's it's not a race, I guess. It's
no,
not a race. So I hope that wasn't a contributing factor, you know. Yes. Is like he
Yeah,
got to
I don't
thinking
know.
that
I
way,
don't
you
know
know.
whatever. I don't know what happened, and I don't know the specifics of what happened. I guess is what I should say. I don't know if um don't know if he was getting more serious and she just wasn't, or if there was something legitimately just not working out in the relationship for. I'm assuming it was more on her part breaking up with him, the way it's sounding.
Well,
But
that's the way you. That's why I asked, you know, if you had heard from him because I know I remember you mentioned it. I mean, but you didn't know much, and I kind of remember thinking, he, you know, he won't, you know,
yeah,
he won't get
because
too broken up about it, you know.
originally Julie messaged Brooke and asked her to have us talk to him, and then I told Brooke I told Brooke that what we were just talking about, that he was playing the field and stuff. Was like
Yeah,
that
so I
doesn't
figure,
sound
he
like
wouldn't
what
get too
he was.
broke up about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't hear anything for a few weeks, and then I got another message from I got a message from Julie asking me to talk to him and telling me what was going on, and or a little bit, like what he was doing, and I was just like, Jesus, dude.
Well, I mean, I get it. I mean, it enters in my mind if something would happen, and you know, uh, it would be something extreme would happen, and God forbid I had to go on the dating. I don't know. I don't even know how I'd figure I'd be able to be honest.
Yeah,
you know, just so maybe those kind of things are creeping in his mind. It's like, well, ain't getting any younger kind of thing. I mean, he couldn't have been going. I mean, just because, yeah, he was talking about playing the field and all that. Uh, couldn't have been together too awful.
well,
I mean, that
they
doesn't mean
were,
anything, but I mean, it wasn't like, oh, all 5 to 6 years and then all of a sudden it's done. I mean, I guess, but
it was a few months because he started this around the time that I bought the PC, or a little bit before that, and evidently it had progressed to the point where I don't know if it was every
oh,
weekend, but apparently it sounded like she was coming down there to visit him at his house, and he was driving back to Kearney to visit her back here. And I don't know if it was every other weekend or what the deal was, but
yeah.
um, I knew a little bits of the story like that, and but other than that, I don't know anything.
Yeah. All right. Whoops. I wasn't watching my fuel. I ran out of fuel. How do
Um,
I fill her up here? Or I gotta go get a pickup or something?
no, where are you at?
I am parked on the unloading deal and it quit and it's like refuel vehicle.
Okay,
I told because I thought I kind of just fueled.
yeah, but that's how fast these things are going through them.
I guess. So what menu do I
Hold
gotta
on,
go into? Or
hold on.
let
I
me get out of it.
Yeah, I'm
Fuel.
almost there. There you
Okay.
go.
Well, that's
I just I just cheated it in.
okay. Well, I mean, that's the thing because it seems like went a long time initially, but yeah, I guess these grass picker uppers are Pretty fuel hungry. These tractors. I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah. No, because that happened to me, I think, the last stream. When I was like, oh, is anybody watching me? Nope. Oh, I magically got fuel.
Yeah.
Um, but you seeing that, I'm down to my last quarter on this, so I'm gonna run mine to it, and
Okay.
there's a little bit left on the other side of the
Yeah,
trees.
I don't know. Matter. I'm picking up.
Do you want to? Do we want to? I guess what I was thinking maybe next on our list should be to take the pickup. I think we've got a pickup still, and saw down the trees um in this new area that we've got and kind of clear it like we cleared the other
I
the
guess
other
we could,
spots.
or
I it just makes it nicer so you're not mowing around them and having to rake around them. And
yeah, we could do that. Or do we want to truck a little grass to the town?
well, if we did
Or
that,
oh
we'd have to
wait, that we gotta
sleep.
wait till
We'd
the
have to
right time of year on
we
that.
yeah, we'd have to sleep
Okay.
through
Yeah.
to
So
January.
yeah, let's cut down tree. Yeah, let's like this tree I'm driving around here. Yeah, let's do a little bit of that and that.
Kind of clean it up a little bit so
Yeah.
it's a little less hazard. I mean, we can leave that forest that you're right next to. I'm not so worried about that.
No,
But the
it's all
little
these little
trees that
trees.
are,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get you.
yeah, last week we were talking about you because you wanted to do Thursday night. So I go to the concert on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and just before the concert starts, I start feeling kind of not. I kind of start feeling not so well, and um made it through the opening band, and then like I don't know if you've heard of them because it's not something like they play on the radio, but um then before Pantera there was Lamb of God, and
Yeah, I've heard of them.
I've this would be the fourth time that I've seen him. Well, I didn't even, as much as I'm into him, I'm like I didn't even recognize a lot of the songs they played, and I was having a hard time standing up the whole thing. And then Pantera came on, and by that time I thought I was kind of feeling better, so I was able to enjoy that. And then we got home, or I started getting really sick on the way home, and the next I was supposed to get up about 8. Well, I woke up about 8:15, and I was like, oh, I feel so horrible. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't think I can make it to work. So I wait until about 10, and then I call in, and then I just like, well, what do I want to do? And I'm like, well, I don't really want to do anything but just kind of lay here. And so I ended up like sleeping on and off till about 1:30. And about that time, I think that's about the time that you text. And I was like, I felt like good enough that I could maybe drive home.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of just sucked it up, and it's just like, okay, well, I gotta get home sometime. I might as well just go home now. And I'm just like, but there was no way that I'm going to be able to. There was no
Yeah.
way I was going to
Well,
be able to stream.
well, that was because, well, partly it was because we were gonna maybe go out for, our like Valentine's dinner because we weren't able to, um, actually on Valentine's, and then end up not.
Okay,
I'll,
you can grab it.
I guess I'll get it there. I think this is the last little strip. I couldn't remember what it
Yep.
there, but yeah, but then we ended up just just ordering some stuff in and watch some think a movie. Now I can't even remember what the hell we did. We didn't really do anything. um, but I wasn't planning on being home normal time and all that. So I thought, well, and then and I was also thinking, it's like, well, maybe it'd work for Derek.
Yeah. I hope I have the pickup loaded up. Yep, I have. What color of pickup do we want this time?
No, it doesn't matter.
I don't remember what we originally had.
Oh, that kind of makes me think. On the drive, yeah, I was on the drive back with a coworker, the gal that was in pictures. She's
Yeah.
she's in HR,
Yeah.
and she's 8, maybe. Yes. Uh, Whatever. She's in her 20s, late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
She's over 30. Not that it really matters exactly her age, but we got to talking, and it's like she plays The Sims, or has always played The Sims, and like, so I was like, oh well, like every Friday night. I said every Friday night, me and a old high school buddy of mine, or some of them, high school buddies, we basically we play, because I know Sims is, of course, but
Yeah.
uh so I kind of talked about that, but I said, well, I says about the only like modern game I play is Farming Simulator, and that was kind of funny, but I was kind of like, oh yeah, my brother says I should get on Twitch and stuff, and I says, well, I says, you got a leg up because, for one thing, you're a female, so you'll get viewers just because of that.
Yeah.
Just talk about some of the YouTubers she watches for like Sims content, and
If you need me to, I can pop
well,
it in there.
I got the damn camera turned around, so I can't. I seriously can't back the.
I thought about it. I probably should have backed into that one, but
Yeah, yeah. If you want to put it in.
in the pickups there, I think the Bobcat I put in the back of the.
Yeah, it was.
I think it's all the way in the backpack.
It is. Let's see. Go straight over here.
I Okay, well, I was gonna say, why don't we start in the back and work our way to the front?
Oh, okay. So behind the house. All right.
Yeah,
Because I was gonna do some of these over here.
yeah, we'll get to them, but
Yeah, I guess you're right. Starting the back.
I guess because I don't really want to drive the Bobcat from the back up
That's
and
true.
then have to
Okay,
drive
yeah,
it back.
that's right. Yeah.
That's my thinking on that, anyways. I know we have, yeah, there it is. There you go. Perfect. Come on, shift. Do you have a saw?
You know what? I thought I did, but no, I don't.
Oh, well, you probably did on the laptop, but yeah, we don't have.
Oh,
You
wait a
have to
minute.
let me know if you
Wait a
don't have
minute.
permissions
Okay.
to buy.
There we go. Okay, I got it. I being dumb. I don't know. I got it. Not allowed to cut this.
What tree?
I don't know. That's what I'm standing by. It says I'm not allowed. Huh.
I don't know why you wouldn't be.
And neither this one.
Because you wouldn't have been able to know if you weren't on the farm.
Well, yeah.
This tree over here?
And this one here. These. Well, notice there's this grass strip here that we didn't get. Is that? See, now is it going to let you do it? Okay, hang on.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, huh. That doesn't want to let me anything. Go. Me.
Oh, okay, I have an idea. I think I know what the problem is.
Oh, is it like I can't modify the
I
land or something?
I don't have I don't have
Yeah, none of these I can.
yeah, hold on just a second.
Okay.
Now try it.
Okay.
It's just because this is a this isn't the original map that we played, and so when I switched it over, or when I was trying to replicate the other map, I just forgot to turn that part on.
Yeah, okay. Yep, let's do it now.
Where'd you guys go eat? Because I know you usually try to go to a restaurant. You used to ask.
Well, we didn't do anything. We just ordered it in, so we ordered pho, which is Vietnamese. Ate at home this
Yeah.
time. Um, but restaurant week will be coming up here. In 2 weeks, so we'll go to that.
No, I meant when you're in Kearney.
Oh, that okay. Yeah, well, we usually have always, or no matter who I've with, we generally gone to the copper mill because we always stay at the Fairfield there.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty good shell. And but this time we neither of us actually felt like that, because they have a bit of a more limited menu,
Mm.
and so we ended up going over to across the way to Skeeter Barnes. Was gonna go to Sakura, but decided that I hadn't been there since since about when it opened. you know, like I think I was probably with you, to be honest. Um,
Do you mean Skeeter
yeah,
Barnes?
Skeeter Barnes, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and it was still good,
Yeah.
but it's been a long time. Sometimes things change, and uh,
There's more back here.
yeah. Well, I was gonna tie him down. I didn't want to.
Nope, nope, back here.
Oh,
Back
is there
back.
still some back there? Okay.
Mm,
Oh, clear over here. Yep. I thought those weren't on our.
kind of right on the edge. Well, the cellar opened back up now.
Well, I almost texted you just because we were in town, but I didn't. I didn't necessarily want to drive all the way uptown because we got in. We had a company meeting at at noon. Normally, we would leave like at 11 o'clock, so we wouldn't have to be there. So late. But so yeah,
Yeah.
it was like 7:30. Got into town, which isn't late, but you check in, get ate and stuff. 6 hour drive and day.
Yeah. Okay, now we can move on to those others.
Yeah, I almost asked if it was open to go because
There's another one there. Oh,
oh, was it? Oh, yep, they're right. I go.
Um, we at one point in time talked about doing a server. You know,
Oh, yeah.
uh, well, so when I was multiplaying with casual last weekend, he was talking about. I guess there's a way you can kind of make your own home server with another gaming. You kind of have to have another gaming PC, but it doesn't have to be like super special. It just has to be able to run like the game.
Yeah.
And he was talking about making one. Um,
Hmm.
anyways, so I kind of found that kind of interesting. Like, so I started asking a couple questions, but you basically have to have like another PC
Well,
to do it.
yeah, I mean, I've heard of people making, Minecraft servers that where you host their. Yeah, I've heard that's a
He was
thing. I don't
talking.
know how it works.
He was talking about making one and everything, and then I'm just like, I guess it's like, well, a server would be nice, like with us, but also like we only play once a week too.
Yeah,
Um,
I like I said, I'm probably not gonna play on my own. So like you say,
yeah.
that's kind of why you even. Oh, there you go.
And of course, it's gonna fall on me as I'm. I don't know if we can get this thing sawed up big and or small enough to
Yeah,
pick up
that's
all of it.
that's yeah. Let's see. That's
I mean, I
probably.
can turn on Superman if I needed to, but
I saw a couple things.
oh, there it goes.
This is the most awkward part. Hang on. Let me undo. Hold on. Undo the straps. There we go. See if it. Oh, yep. It's gonna do it. Oh wait, we got. Probably gonna need. Actually, let me go unstrap. Otherwise, like, oh wait a minute. I want to try. Try lifting it up through the pickup because I did that and it kind of put it in the. Maybe it won't work. It did on one, like it kind of clipped in
Yeah.
something because I still had the straps. Yeah, it's not gonna. Okay, you're gonna unstrap. Oops.
There we go. This thing is like super full.
I know. I was driving around. It seemed like it it drove a little bit like it was. It actually kind of handled like it was
Top
loaded
heavy.
down. What I'm gonna do here? We're on the land we don't own.
No, why do that? I'll be back.
I know. Oh, I guess we had more there. I thought that was the. Then they'll fit more. There we go.
A whopping $1,500.
Yeah, there's one more.
Well, there's that one. I almost filled the pickup back up again. Okay, where are we going next?
What?
There's I mean, there's basically you just have to pick and choose, but
Yeah, I don't know.
there's a whole bunch.
Let's take out these like 3 or 4 right here. Oh, you cut it all over.
Yeah, they don't typically inform them. Another thing too is if we do forget one, then we're mowing next time and decide that that tree is just really annoying. We can always get it later.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Two.
Let's see where you at.
I just went up the hill a little. Like, yeah, these other two ought to be good enough. I think those are okay that are by them rocks. Oh, crap. Fun.
Yeah, I think you're too heavy.
Yeah. uh, oh, yeah. Okay.
Don't do that.
Well, I thought maybe it would let me. Okay. I didn't know you'd be able to. Oh, now I gotta put it back in. But yeah, I was gonna drive it over to that one last tree and maybe call that good.
It didn't stop.
Oh. Oh.
Brakes are a little spongy on that one.
I like loaded it like through the cab. Oop. That's one thing. I don't know how you can load, at least doing it by hand, loading it, more efficiently. I guess I suppose they want you to like really cut them down and stuff. Well, what I was gonna do is take this tree out. This is the last one.
Yeah, I'll have to look at mowers. What mower, what mowers we want, and then how much horsepower that's going to require, and what I can get for tractors in that horsepower range.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think about some about
yeah.
things. Found a view that makes.
It's not always the easiest one to use.
Well, and just can't quite see if I'm on the stump.
Yeah.
Like I think I am. Oh, there. Oh, it- yeah, I think I got. Yeah. Well, let's park this over by there since we're. Mess around for just. Yeah, I suppose that's pretty good. We can. Yeah, we'll look at. Yeah, look at mowers. Look at pickup equipment, or picking up the grass. And if it's, well, it's time to truck it to town, make a little money, I guess we can do that.
Yeah. We can always skip ahead.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I can go to January.
Well, maybe we'll do that for next time. Okay. Well, I'm not done anyway. I didn't mean to tip it over, but I guess I wouldn't look for stuff like this. Obviously in the mod hub, is it this? Oh, this isn't a. I didn't
No,
see
it's
what
in the
kind.
mod hub.
Guess I didn't see it under whatever vehicles.
It's under cars and trucks.
Well, Tucker might.
But you already have it. If you're
Well,
on here, you've already got it downloaded.
oh, I guess so. Well, what I mean
You
is
just have to. The only thing you have to do is on your map. You have to find it in your mod list and check mark it that it's
yeah,
on.
I guess maybe that's what I do. All right. Well, I guess we'll stream down here.